Welcome to the future. Not a world of high-tech robots, AI computers or flying cars. No. This is a future where people continually launch crowdfunding campaigns to create machines from 30 years ago. Jesus God. The recreated ZX Spectrum, Spectrum Vega, Vega Plus, the 64, the Chameleon... Yeah, let's skip over that one. So, what's next? Well, it's the Spectrum next. And damn, does it look good! This time, a little company called SpecNext Ltd has jumped in and blown us away with a design straight from Rick Dickinson, designer of the original machines. A quick search on Company's House shows Carlos Enrique Oliviers as the sole director, presumably the same Enrique as co-founder of Bossa Studios. And £1,000 of capital has been used to establish the company, which is a fair amount really. Most companies establish themselves with a nominal pound of capital. So far, we've apparently had a launch show, there's a Facebook group set up by Victor Trucco, and we've got the tantalising images drawn up in 3D Studio Max on the website. And boy, do they look good. Based on the Spectrum Plus or Spectrum 128K Plus, rather than the rubber-keyed incarnation, it's something to behold. The Plus 128 was always my favourite machine, and even though this model lacks the familiar toast rack grille, it does have some funky colouring down the side. Just imagine if they lit up as well. Ooh. Compared to the 64, this looks the nuts, but then the original Specky blew the 64 out of the water in terms of aesthetics, so you can only work with what you've got. Now, having a poke around in the documentation, this machine claims to be based on the FPGA Altera Cyclone hardware, and is therefore modelled on the original Z80 architecture rather than simply emulating it through software. It's got an expansion slot on the back, which should be compatible with most of the original accessories, which is pretty damn marvellous. Mic and ear ports allowing you to hook up your favourite WH Smith's tape deck and run your old games. A 9-pin joystick port compatible with interface 1 or 2 protocols. Yeah, ignore the Atari joystick, I'm not sure what that is doing there. And also there's a whole heap of more up-to-date additions, including FM sound, probably in a similar vein to the Turbo Sound FM, an SD slot, RGB, VGA and HDMI out, 512 kilobytes of RAM, a double-speed 7 MHz mode so that games like Driller, Total Eclipse and Elite can really shine, and an accelerator board offering GPU, 1 MHz CPU and additional RAM. Imagine the Night Lore maps you could have with that. It looks like the keyboard will be based on membranes, and so remaining true to the original feel, which I love myself. However, if you're one of those modern freaks, then there's also a PS2 port that can provide Kempston emulation or be used for an external keyboard. The Plus 4, Next, should be capable of simulating most of the Spectrum models along with the Jupiter Ace, ZX80, 81 and even machines like the TK95, so that's nice. I'm surprised Alan Sugar isn't claiming rights to the Sinclair brand at this point. But anyway, if you want to find out more, then you can watch Sinclair Ferranti's recap video or dive into the Spectrum Forever Facebook group. I'm sure there'll be lots of talk about it in there. I've also linked the official group and site for the next below. To me, this genuinely looks like it could be good. I'm more excited about this than the 64, mainly because it's a Spectrum, and it seems to be offering more of a retro experience, especially with that expansion port simulation. There's no crowdfunding campaign yet, but the technology promises to be open source, which is always a winner in my book. If you want to stay posted on my updates for this machine, you can follow me on Twitter or Facebook or just subscribe. In any case, thank you for watching and good night.